Hello and welcome back to our sustainable journey. I'm Steve and these are the worms. So last week we set up one of the milk jug containers to contain, I guess, so to speak, a fruit fly fungus gnat infestation. And it's funny, I kept complaining about how dark it was out here, and I just realized I should have just put in a brighter bulb. So I have a 10,000 lumen bulb in here now, so it's like daylight. But this is the jug, and you can see all the floaties in there. Hopefully you can see all the floaties. It's pretty gross. Of all the gnats that have flown in and died, which is pretty awesome. And as far as I can tell, I don't think I have a problem in this bed. Oh, no, we still have some. Too many, though. Better than it was, for sure. Of course, now they're flying on me. So that's one solution. The other was I got that fly strike stuff. It looks like this. I didn't sprinkle it around because this stuff made me nervous. After reading what's in it, it kind of freaked me out because there are so many warnings about it being near animals, and we have a lot of animals, so that stuff makes me nervous. But the lid, I left the lid out because I'm like, I'll recycle that when I can. But there's a whole bunch of dead fungus gnats on it, so clearly it works, and I need to wash my hands. But that's an option. That's kind of a scary one that I'm not a big fan of. But this is the stuff. Quick strike. I'm sorry, not fly strike. Quick strike. But it's basically like every chemical known to man, so that's not really something I would like to use. Two more that people use are the big one, the easy one, the sustainable one is just apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, a little bit of dish soap. You put it in a container. The problem with this one is you need to constantly replenish. So I just have a little bowl. We'll set it up in here. There we go. Do not spill this stuff. So I need to be careful here. All right, so we'll put a little bit apple cider vinegar. And we always have a ton of this around because we add it to like chicken water and stuff. It's healthy and good for them to have some. All right, so I'll put the cap back on that. And I will add some dish soap. Just enough. So what happens is they can't get a grip. The soap, I don't know what the term is. When I say like breaks down the viscosity, but that doesn't really make any sense. I think it breaks the surface tension, and then they kind of sink and die. So the apple cider attracts them. The dish detergent is what prevents them from landing and drinking. And then they die, which is oh so wonderful. So I'm gonna put that. This stuff isn't terrible for a bin, but I'm just gonna put it. Actually, I'm gonna put it in the one that had the worm. I'll just put it with the flies, right? Just put it right here. And there's a bowl, and we'll put it right there. We'll leave it open. We'll see what that looks like in a couple of days. Hopefully, it is full of dead fungus gnats. Now, the other one is mosquito dunks. These are the ones that everyone loves. So I actually found some at the store the other day. So I am going to show you what those look like. Literally mosquito dunks. For organic production. So what happens is this stuff contains BTI, which is that word. It's something that basically will kill the flies and gnats and whatnot. So what you want to do is you want to soak these for a bit so that the BTI gets out, and then you could either spray it on your worm bins. You can do what I do with like the containers, and that will hopefully be enough to kill off any pests. So let's find a container and get these things soaking. Directions say to use 1 dunk per 100 square feet of water surface area. This is about 1 square foot of a surface area, so I'm gonna break up one of these dunks. Well, I guess I could break it into quarters. It's really hard to break beyond that. So we'll plop it in there. It'll slowly break down, release the BTI, and I'm just gonna put this in one of the worm bins here. So let's make a space for it first. Set it down. Look at those guys. Apparently they're hungry. They're getting to the top. And of course pineapple that takes them ages to break down. It's kind of cool. They break it into pieces. So the leaves of the pineapple fall off first. I'm just gonna put this in a corner here, I guess. We'll do that. So we'll see if that does the trick. Although this one doesn't seem to have too many fungus, gnats, or bugs or anything like that. It's just straight up worms. Just chilling, making castings. Could watch these guys all day. So speaking of pests, while we're watching the worms, I will tell you what's going on around the farm. So we have some meat birds coming. So we're getting about 200 meat birds, basically chickens. We just call them meat birds so you don't think of them as laying hens. So laying hens are what are in there and out in the coop. So the meat birds will be arriving in late April, I think. And so I put up a trail cam to see what kind of pests I had on the outside. And I will show you some images of the various animal predators that we have here, and talk a little bit about what each one will do to your chickens. As far as worms are concerned, they're not too big of a pest. The big ones are more rodents, and the chickens themselves, if they were to get in here, they would have a bit of fun eating all these guys. But the pests that we saw outside were big concern. So, oh my goodness, look at all you guys. So we need to set up some sort of protection or security. So we set up some fencing. I'd show it to you, but it's raining. It's been raining for the last couple of days, so it's just a big mud pile right now. But I'll show you the pests and how we are going to be dealing with them. Besides just the dogs are a big help. Fencing, the electric fence is really what is the big main security force that we have here. And then I'm probably going to do a hot wire or something like that, and I'll show you that once we get to it. And we're going to be moving all of the laying hens and the hens that are in the coop out into that pasture area as soon as we're out of the frost at night time frame. So, which should be hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So, stick around. So, mosquito dunk, I guess it'll break down eventually. Apple cider vinegar. We got the milk jug trap, and then we have that crazy strike stuff over in a bin over there. So we'll see. Between all of them, we're not gonna have any fungus gnats out here, but or fruit flies or any kind of flies, it seems. So we'll keep you all posted on the progress and how it all goes. All right, that'll be it for the worms, and we'll talk about predators in just a minute. Okay, so first on our list is a skunk. Usually they just go for the eggs. They might kill small chickens or chicks, but they're mainly going for the eggs. Next up we have a possum. They're gonna definitely go for eggs. Sometimes they kill indiscriminately when the mood hits them, and so they could just wipe out your entire flock of chickens and not actually eat any of them. This is a raccoon. They will definitely eat your chickens. They will rip them to shreds and eat some of them. They're not gonna go crazy and eat all of it. Next is a fox, notorious for eating and killing chickens. They will grab them, kill them, and sometimes bury them for later, so they can snack on them at their leisure. And last, this is a coyote, which would wipe out your entire flock and any other animals you might have on your farm. It's been 2 hours. That's pretty impressive. The bucket, not as impressive. It still hasn't broken down yet. I may start stirring it and see if that'll help. But all of our worm friends have hidden themselves from the light now that it's crazy bright in here. I'm sure we're gonna see a lot more of them hiding, and that's okay. But I'm just super impressed in 2 hours time frame. So apple cider vinegar and a little bit of detergent is all it takes. Cool.